Well, hello, and let me introduce myself to you just before we proceed and cross over to the important highlights of the day. I would say highlights because I piece it all together perfectly, and the reason for that is, well, I'll tell you in just a moment. But of course, it is Monday, my time, 1st of June 2026. Yes, we are in the summer months now here, and May has just passed us. So yeah, my name is Nick C here. I'm of course the TikTok creator here, but obviously I'm ramping up my YouTube as well separately to the TikTok. But yeah, for any TikTok agency out there, massive hello to you out there, and also of course hello to anyone who is watching on any platform. So yeah, that could be Say It Out Loud and Touring with Nick C as well, and many other platforms that you might be able to spot this. So what we'll do is we'll cross over to this beautiful highlights, because it is highlights that I did, and I didn't realise until the recording of this the actual signal wasn't great, but it's not going to be luxury everywhere you go unless you go abroad these days. Apparently it's a lot better than it is in the UK for whatever reason. I've got no idea why, but of course apparently it's better in Europe, although I haven't been to Europe myself for a long time. I just heard it's better across Europe, and let me know in the comments if that is true. Okay, if you've ever been abroad and to discover the 5G signal a lot better than it is in the UK. But of course the recording is edited for this reason here, because as I say, the signal wasn't great and it was sort of stuttering my words and I couldn't really get the words out. And I was trying to introduce myself that I was at the Jubilee Hub in Jubilee Gardens of course Essex historic tourist attraction town of Saffron Walden. Watch this. About 7 o'clock or just after here, Saffron Walden here. Hopefully, of course, it doesn't close the gates because I'll be coming out at around about 7 o'clock. I don't know when the gates actually will be closed. Let me just set the scene here, and of course, yeah, it is kind of like a cool area here, and I would like to, of course, share this up to as many people as possible here. Yeah, it's not even allowing me to. Oh, yes, it is. I'll do excuse me on this one here. So, yeah, live. And, of course, I just want to say hello to the TikTok agencies wherever possible. Hopefully, we'll be alive, as in live, wherever possible, wherever we have a signal here. This is Essex, by the way, and of course, yeah, come and say hello, come and support the channel in any way, shape or form. I'll set you the scene in front of me here, and I'll just flick the camera over so you have an idea. I'll just flick the camera over so you, of course, if I show the camera this way, this is the main hub here. It's also available for hire, so if anyone wants to do meetings here, then of course this is a great place to come and meet. Yeah, it's probably around about £26 an hour, something like that. You do need to contact them for more information. There is, of course, a community hub here, which, of course, serves a lot of community groups like the Fellowship Men's Group and the social groups. Other than that, like the, of course, Super Roll situation, and, of course, fun and games afterwards from 2 till 3 p.m. And, of course, you've got your life skills that happens occasionally on a monthly basis, and you've got the singing just for a laugh as well. There's so many things that take place here at this locational area here. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for, of course, supporting us here. Austin wants to be a guest. Now, of course, please do program your guest in, and I don't know if you're aware, Austin, that of course I've got a TikTok agency here. You would need to get in touch with my agency as to when I'm able to get guests on the show. Yeah, come and say hello. If you've got time to come over and say hello to me, just come down to the Jubilee Hub before I leave here, which will be around about 7 o'clock, and come and be a guest. You'll be back on later. Are you in the area of Saffron Walden? If you're in the area, then come over and say hello to the face behind the voice. come and be interviewed live in Saffron Walden. So yeah, that'd be great if you could do that. So yeah, I'm definitely in the place of Saffron Walden. I'm about to go to Cambridge on the 8 o'clock bus, and that should allow me an hour to get into Cambridge. So yeah, I may be doing a broadcast on video there, but at the moment, of course, I'm only doing this live here at this moment of time here. I've got my water on me just in case of anything here. I've got rid of some batteries earlier. I went into Greggs today, and of course I used up the cheese and ham at the very last one. There is a video to come of that, so look out for that. Looking forward to that. But yeah, thank you for your request. But of course, it'd be better if you come up and say hello to the face behind the voice if you're able to, if you're in the area of Saffron Walden or nearby. I don't know how far away you are, Austin, from this locational area, the Jubilee Hub, the Jubilee Gardens, which is a fantastic spot here, and a quiet one of that note as well. So yeah, so lots to talk about here. I've just taken a picture of the Jubilee Hub activities. I can't really see in more detail because, you know, my glasses won't stretch that far. But I do know there is a Wednesday's social group of men only, mainly, but women are allowed to join. But of course, yeah, I had a bit of a run-in with one of them. I'm not going to say which group it was, but of course, hopefully I might be back with that, but of course they didn't allow me to do any videos of that. I had to take them all down, so yeah, it is a shame because I would have wanted to show you what community is all about, and they didn't really want to know. But yeah, that's just one specific group here. I won't go into details, but of course, yeah, that is how it is at this moment of time. But yeah, that's just unfortunate, isn't it? So yeah, so come and support us here, and come and give us a donation to support the channel here. That's what we mean by supporting. So when I say support, you know what I mean by that. Come and support us. You've got about an hour to do so, and of course, let's see if we can get the first one to do that, if we are able to. But this live stream will be going up on replay, whether it's YouTube. It doesn't really matter whether it's actually broadcast on YouTube. It still comes from TikTok, and it proves that I've done my hour. I'm supposed to be doing 3 hours a week, which is what it's coming to now. I will be doing the YouTube over the course of the weekend. So, of course, that will be a separate thing altogether in comparison to the TikTok. So I'm busy with the YouTube as well, and of course the TikTok agencies are working extremely hard, effortless throughout their time here, of course, to of course get trained with all that kind of thing, and it's keeping them busy at the same time. So yeah, it feels like it's gonna thunderstorm, but of course it's not at the moment here, and it feels like it wants to do something, but of course right, okay, I've just got a message from somebody, from Panda. Okay, sorry, I didn't say the right word there. Okay, I can't say too much of what, of course, she has just said. By the way, of course, I don't do early morning guest shows for anyone interested in that. 7 o'clock in the morning is too early for me. And I don't do them after usually midnight unless there is an extension, and of course I've been busy during the day. There's got to be a good reason for me to do early stuff, and of course in the middle of the night, which I don't normally do. It's because there's a lot of scammers in the night and all that kind of thing. So of course, hello to Grace, hello to Anchor, hello to everyone here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask, of course, Panda if she's okay to come on. So, yeah, if you're watching on replay, we do apologise about the, you know, coming off the screen for a second here. We will take a break for a little bit here, as that gives me a chance to have a little bit of drink whilst I go here, because we're having to use, of course, the atmospheric area here, and not only that, it could be really, really hot one day. And so far, it's not. It's really cooled down a little bit, and it's a cool breeze at the moment, which is quite reasonable at the moment in this locational area. I actually got a bus travel here, which is great that the bus services from Haverhill to Saffron Walden are going up until this date, right the way through till 2027 and possibly longer. Because it has been agreed by the Stephenson's company or something like that to subsidise it. So yeah, we do need, of course, a bus service from Haverhill to Braintree through Halstead. So yeah, I've never been to Halstead, so of course, do tell us in the comments if anyone has actually been to Halstead. I'd love to make a trip there. So yeah, Panda doesn't want to come on at this moment of time. So yeah, I will come off just 1 second here, and of course, yeah. Right, okay. Her TikTok time isn't until, of course, 9 o'clock. So she's got to go on air at 9 o'clock. So bear with me, and I'll be right back. Apologise of yet again being cut off here, and of course. Does it come up with a blank screen when I go off air? Do let me know in the comments here. We should have our TikTok agency coming on here. I think some of them are doing their lives at this moment of time. So when I go to a break, I will flick the camera to, of course, the opposite side here, so you don't have to see my face, but you will hear some music in between here. We'll do that in about 5 minutes time, then I will finish up and of course do the second half. Please do stay with the one you're on, and I'm situated in Saffron Walden in Essex here. So yeah, love to speak to people of Saffron Walden around here, whoever wants to be interviewed, especially on this show. This is a great place to be interviewed at this benchside here, of course, if anybody is interested in doing that. And please do give us a thumbs up here, give us a love heart, we really do appreciate that. If you're watching on replay here, we really do appreciate that as well, if you're watching it on any other platform apart from our TikTok schedules. But of course it doesn't matter, we do share it everywhere, and of course just because it's actually linked up to the management team doesn't mean to say we haven't done our hour on the TikTok, although it is completely separate. That's what we're told on the TikTok agency people, so that's great news for that. Of course, I won't do any more guests at this moment of time, and you know, it's non-guests at the moment. No, I don't want to auto set guests, allow guests, turn that off for now. But yeah, no guests until, of course, approved otherwise. I've got my water with me. I've only got a little bit of water left, actually, to be honest with you, and of course, not really much left. But hopefully I'll be able to have a drink when I get to Cambridge, because I'll probably need it. And this is, of course, one of many bottles left from my St George Hotel, which I recently came back from Great Yarmouth. Don't you worry, I will be back in Great Yarmouth soon. And of course I will be broadcasting like this, and of course, yeah, I have got my actual camera with me. I've also got my Greg's cup. I didn't even know I had it yesterday, so I could have used it. So there we go. Of course, I've got half an hour or so of this TikTok to go. So yeah, live from of course the Jubilee Hub of and the Jubilee Gardens of Saffron Walden in Essex. I'm surprised that Austin hasn't come up and spotted me here. So yeah, I've got a little bit of pins and needles here, so yeah, bear with me on that. And I've got to prepare myself here. I have got my actual cameras here. I don't know whether I'm going to do a quick video of this area with my cameras here. I'd have to set up my actual microphones. I might wait until I get to Cambridge. Freddie White, do I drive? No, I don't at the moment. Of course, if you know someone that does, I've got to be able to trust them to be able to drive me around at certain little places. I'd love to get to Finchley can't really rely on Uber taxis. Talking about that, of course, I must bring this to everyone's attention here. Uber is running really busy at this moment of time. I tried to get a taxi from where I live just down the road. It's not having any of it, you know, and of course it's probably because they know my name, and of course they don't want to accept if they don't want to. So yeah, they should do it on a first come first serve basis, and I am going to be one of many that might report it to the Uber, and of course, yeah, I won't say any more than that. But a couple of taxi drivers, I'm not going to name them, have not accepted me. Well, they did accept, but of course they also cancelled at the same time. So what I did is cancel them. I tried to get a cheap deal, but yeah, I've got, well, a deal off Uber Taxi for 52%, and of course they're still not accepting those deals, which is of course devastating. So why wouldn't they want you in their car? Exactly. You got to tell them. Maybe of course they come from a country that of course we don't know about, but yeah, I'm not saying that to be of course awkward. You know, they are not doing their job properly, and of course I have of course mentioned it to Uber, which I will be doing a little bit later on, and I'm really frustrated with that. You're absolutely right, Freddie White there. Why wouldn't they want us in the car? Was it you that of course came along the other day on a bike? I don't know if it was you, of course, at Chalkstone Way yesterday, because there was a devastating flood around the Chalkstone area. Of course, we weren't allowed to film the guy fixing the hole. He told us not to film, so yeah, we had to edit it out. And of course, Panda did say some swear words as well, which we also had to edit out as well. The video is actually on YouTube, and of course, it will be on our Touring with Nick C extra on YouTube as well. I'm just advertising that because I need to ramp up my YouTube account so that we can get super chats and super stickers, because you know my time of course is dedicated to YouTube and TikTok at the same time, so it's incredibly difficult to combine them two. I'm not going to give up on both of them, because you know at the end of the day, of course, if I give up, I feel like I want to give up on both altogether, but of course I'm going to continue. I'm going to keep going if I can. You know, I might feel like on some days I don't feel like doing it. You know, that's because I'm not feeling 100%, but of course I'm feeling absolutely brilliant here. So far so good today. So yeah, the Jubilee Hub is opposite right now, which of course this behind me I think is the toilets, which are closed at 4 o'clock they close, which is devastating news. But yeah, I will just show you exactly where this is. I think of course people have been shocked by, of course, me doing a live stream here, and a few young women went past looking at me thinking what the hell's going on here. So yeah, this is the bandstand here. This gets filled up in of course coming up to the summer here, where the Golden Vintage Jazz Band, I think it is, that do play here, and they are worth a listen to. If we are to go live at an event here, the jazz band is great. It really is fantastic. So get yourself to Saffron Walden over in this direction. And this is the pathway that actually leads you up to the car park of Waitrose, okay? And it will come down back this way, and you can actually end up going, of course, through the gates that way. Hopefully they don't close the gates. So yeah, if I move my stand here, I don't know if I can zoom in here. You might be able to see it there, some of the events that are taking place there. I don't know if you can see that in zoom mode, but yeah, this is the 2026. I will post up on my TikTok page the latest picture that I've got there. I can't go any further than that. So yeah, this is the main hub here. I'm looking forward to going back into this hub at some point with one of the social groups in there. But of course, there's so many social groups that I would like to actually go and talk to about. I'd love to do an interview, of course, with Joe Mason. Maybe he'd like to come on and have a chat with us. Maybe a pre-recorded interview, and maybe one day he'll be able to exclusively come on as a guest on TikTok as well, which is brilliant. Either TikTok or YouTube, it really doesn't matter. But of course, yeah, please do subscribe to us on YouTube as well if you are on YouTube. We do look for other mods as well that are not able to get into the mods of the YouTube, but to be a mod I would have to add you as a mod on the YouTube. And what they do is they delete anything that of course is spamming, that kind of thing. And of course, keep the chat going, and of course, support us, and of course, spread the word about the channel and push it to other channel members and channel fans. And that way you can get membership on YouTube as well. You can also get membership on here if anyone's interested. It costs you no more than a cup of coffee per month. And I'm just making most of this beautiful weather here. It's okay, and the sun is out, and it feels like spring. It really does. Like the clouds feel like spring. Can you see that just above me, looking like a springy kind of weather? And let me just flip the camera, and I can show you up here. It looks like spring clouds, doesn't it? It really does. It really is nice around here. And I'm probably the only one around here. There probably would be more people around here, and there is another person on the other side, but I'm not going to get them in film. But yeah, Triggs on tour. Hello to you. And hello to anyone that is tuned in right this minute. It is Nick C here for Topic Show, exclusively live from Essex, a very historic tourist attraction town, and very much a small tourist attraction town. I'm told that Greggs is open till 7 at this current time at the moment, but they could change it in the winter when it gets cold and nobody comes out. So usually it's closed at 6. But yeah, I don't know about the inside part. Usually in winter they close early. For whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe because it's the cost of the heat and that kind of thing. But of course it tends to be open a little bit longer during the summer times. But maybe it's that, maybe it's not. Of course, Cambridge seems to be longer than 7 o'clock these days, which is fantastic news. So yeah, I started about 17 minutes past 6, just to let everyone know. And normally what I do is program the show to go out live. So yeah, if there is a problem that I can't program it, I'll go suddenly live. I can only apologise about that. And it is flexible. So of course I can range my times from 6 o'clock evening times, so it varies. And just to let, of course, the main, I would say, TikTok agencies know about that as well. Tamara, hello to you. Brand new people coming in, which is fantastic. Come and give us a support. Come and support us here. Got lovely trees in front of us here, which I'd love to show you here right this minute here. I don't want to film that person on the other side. I'll respect that. So yeah, there you go. You can see someone's there though. I haven't got them right close up. So yeah, lovely trees there. It's just absolutely fabulous. Can you imagine what it feel like when there's a lot of people on the hill here and the bandstand playing, a band on the bandstand playing some jazz bands. I think it's the Golden Vintage Jazz Band or something like that, the Golden Jazz Band of Saffron Walden, which of course play at another venue as well, which of course is also in Saffron Walden as well. Definitely well worth it just for that. Somebody's requested me to add them to the group here. Of course, I can't really add anyone to the group at this moment of time, but hello and a massive hello to everyone here. Please do spread the word. Really do appreciate that. I don't know where Panda is. She's on her way to Cambridge, by the way, of course. Hopefully going to meet me. But I won't be doing my live, unfortunately, because I'll be finished by then. She'll be doing her live, and I'll be saying hello to her channel. Apparently, she's going to be starting at 9 o'clock. So, yeah. Perhaps she's going to think of where she can do it, of course, as long as there's some seating area in Cambridge that enables you to do that. You can actually sit there all night, which is fantastic. And if it's summer, it's lovely out there. It really, really is. But as long as you've got some drink on you, that's the main thing out of all that. So 41 minutes past 6 here. Time is rapidly going quickly here. Just wanted to set you the scene here, which is, of course, just wonderful to feel. Okay, and of course, I'm going to do my usual prayer, which is, of course, the living God's love prayer. Okay, Jesus our Lord, send us to care and serve. Jesus, make us heralds of good news, stir us, strengthen us, teach and inspire us to live your love with generosity, joy, imagination and courage for the sake of your world, and in the name of Jesus, amen. So hopefully I'll have a safe return back tonight. I always say that, and almost, well, in fact, I pray 100% that I return safely back to Suffolk this evening, and of course go on, which hopefully is my rough plans, to go to Cambridge. It will probably take about an hour on the number 7 bus. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody tuning in here. I really, really do. 10 people have given this a love heart. Really pushes it to our subscribers. And of course, keep subscribing to us, keep spreading the word, and all those kind of things. EM is in the chat there, and according to that, you're a rising star of the live. So yeah, of course, live from Jubilee Hub in Essex, showing the bandstand. Of course, ask about the jazz band. Well, basically, it's a traditional, I think it's a Dixieland style jazz band, of course, which also perform at a hall in Saffron Walden as well. So yeah, it's a lovely place. I haven't actually been in the hall, but of course I've been near it. Well, I've had a look round it, but yeah. We once wanted to go to a breakfast, but it was only for 50 plus only, which is a bit sad because, of course, they need to encourage everybody to go there, not just a set of people. But anyway, of course, that is another question. So hopefully Joe Mason from Haverhill, the councillor, will come on and speak about Haverhill at some point. Maybe it will be a pre-record or live, I don't know. Don't know how it's going to be at this moment of time. But yeah, I can see people come from the Waitrose car park coming down the road here. So, of course, yeah, we've got 15 minutes or maybe more. We'll be finishing at 7:15 here. And I'd have to get the last bus back to Cambridge. Otherwise, I would have to get, of course, a train to Cambridge, which, of course, I don't really fancy doing because it will cost me about £6 to do so. Which, of course, is more than I can actually afford right now. So yeah, live from the Jubilee Gardens of Essex in Saffron Walden. Hopefully, of course, the subtitles or the captions capture the right name. Sometimes it doesn't get Haverhill right, it's Haverhill, okay? And of course, yeah, Singing Group, Panda has, of course, written in. Okay, somebody's got a quick question. If it's related to, of course, our touring, then, of course, ask a question. So, other than that, of course, we will not answer your question. So, if it's related to, of course, what we do, and then we'll answer the question. I'm sorry, but I have to be blunt on that. So, yeah, it's got to be related to the show, I'm afraid. So, what's your question? Somebody said we need to sing our hearts out. So if you're asking a question, do I sing? The answer is not very often. So yeah, keep spreading the word and keep everyone happy. And of course, yeah. I'm trying to find my water now. Oh, it's gone down there. So yeah, I've got plenty of water with me to last me for a little bit here. I'll probably need to get a drink, of course, when I get to Cambridge, because I'll be desperately thirsty over there. I really would be, honestly. Probably a cold drink would do me greatly. But yeah, I don't want to spend too long in Cambridge because I want to get back, you know. And I found a shortcut, of course, when you come back. And, of course, take your suitcase, whatever it is. And, of course, yeah, you go on one side, you go straight on the other side to go to the 13A, which is the Cambridge to Haverhill route, which of course most buses go up the train station. A lot of people ask about that, and of course they do, and of course it tells you on the meter that a Haverhill bus is coming, for example. So yeah, I can see a plane coming over me. That's quite low, isn't it? You can hear that just going above me here. So let us know if the signal is okay, of course. Yeah, don't know what question that guy was asking there, because there wasn't a question. He just wanted to be a little bit on the rude side. So yeah, you're always going to get these kind of type of people. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in here. Really do appreciate your time here. And of course I'll be so how long have I been? So 40, probably another 20 minutes or so, then I've got to get myself ready to, of course, exfoliate down the road. Problem is, where do I go for a toilet? I'll have to go in Spoons if I really get desperate. That's the trouble, when the toilets are closed down here, there's nothing else, so yeah, what do you do? Can't really do it behind the bush, because you'll easily get seen. And there might be cameras around as well. I'm not literally too far away from the fire station of Saffron Walden, which may have helped out during the fire of the Parkway School in Haverhill that went up in flames, but they obviously got the fire out eventually. A tour guide shares the history of the historic town. Ask about the jazz band again. Yeah, I think it's it might be the Vintage Golden Jazz Band, something like that. You know, it's definitely the Golden Jazz Band of Saffron Walden. But yeah, I think there's a pigeon over there. Shall I show you the pigeon? Just flip the camera for a second here, so we don't bore you to death. Pigeon's over there, by the way. So this is the webcam of Saffron Walden. I was going to say Great Yarmouth for a bit there. I think it's over there. You can see that little pigeon over there. I wonder what that pigeon's up to. You're not going to get any chips around here. Yeah, probably looking for something to eat down there. So back to me here. So absolutely, of course, wouldn't it be great to do a live play, of course, flicking from one camera to another, a me and Panda play. But yeah, of course, that would be just wishful thinking. Someone called Frankie is here, and thank you very much indeed for tuning in. Another pigeon here. I've just got to show you this. There you go, that's the pigeon there. That pigeon's after something there. That's what you get around here. A lovely little spot, isn't it? So I keep having to flick things here, and of course it's annoying. That's the fire station, by the way. Let me just give you a zoom up of that. Just imagine climbing up that. That's your London's Burning, by the way. It's right literally next to the Jubilee Hub and the Jubilee Gardens. That flew away. Got rid of that. So Jamie laughing, of course, with a name like that, of course, we're all laughing and smiling away here. One bus driver changing over to another bus driver, Quinton, I think his name is. The bus driver, the grey hair of Stevenson's, great guy, by the way. And of course, he said, "What are you smiling at?" Because they were talking about the door being stuck here. And of course, the bus drivers are not bus mechanics. It's up to the bus mechanic to sort it out. So he said to me, because I was smiling out there, he goes, "What are you smiling at?" And he said it was good to see me. But yeah, anyway, of course, I know this guy anyway. So of course, great driver of Stevenson's of Essex. They're all quite good as well, to be fair. £650 a week take home, because they're advertising that on buses at the moment. £650 a week. So yeah, if you know of anyone that wants to be a bus driver, then of course sign up if you don't mind that sort of money each week. So yeah, anyway, of course, we need to come to the end here. We've got another, I would say, 28 minutes yet to go of this live stream here. I hope I'm not going to be stuck here in a Saffron Walden, because if I am, I will be in trouble here, because there's no way in the world I can get back. Otherwise, I would have to get the train. And of course, I don't really want to be stuck here. So yeah, that's the risk I run going to a place like this. Today, for the first time, I haven't had anyone being a guest that I know. Of course, have been having requests from Austin, which is one of the actual moderators here, but he hasn't come up and said hello to the face behind the voice. He says he's in Saffron Walden, but yeah, hopefully you arrange to meet me here in Saffron Walden. Whenever I'm here, I never get this invite, but there you go. Of course, I'm only here for a period of time anyway. It's a lovely cool breeze, so I've got to say that. This water here comes from the Ice Valley spring water, still water. It's mineral analyzed here, which is quite good. It's very good energetic. The Yorkshire Pennines, that's where it comes from, so that's good. That's where this source of this water comes from. Of course, you'll get one of these if you go to the St George Hotel, and you'll get yourself a fridge as well to go with it. When I last was at the George Hotel, I was actually stuffed in the room, so that was a little bit unfortunate on that note there. A lot of people wanting to be a co-host on their channel here. R. Davis 1995, hello to you. Hello and very good evening to you all here. I'm testing my times here, so of course seeing what is best wherever. Sometimes I do football commentaries, which I haven't done for a long time actually, but yeah, it'd be very interesting about the Soccer Aid here. Somebody says, of course, Netherlands are going to win the World Cup. We will do a football discussion show with myself and JC at some point on the topic show, because it's part of the show that we can talk about pretty much anything. A bit better than Loose Women, you know, where it's just full of women. I know they do a Loose Men programme as well. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been screaming out for that, haven't they? But anyway, of course, yeah, it feels like it's going to chuck it down, but of course it's not. It's the water springing from one to another. Don't worry, it's not tap water, by the way. It's not the Peckham Spring, which of course Delboy tried to do, you know, because he was a dodgy market trader. But it was funny comedy. That was what it was. So yeah, there are about 5 people in the bandstand at the moment, so I can't really film over there right this minute here, but glad I was able to show the trees behind here. It is absolutely amazing. It's stunning. So yeah, Barry Porter, hello to you. Very, very good afternoon stroke evening to everyone here. Of course, you join me live from Thursday the 27th, no, it's the 28th, isn't it? Thursday the 28th of May 2026 here. Friday is my dentist morning, where I've got to have the brush of clean teeth, because basically they don't actually clean your teeth. You know, when they do the tickle around your tooth, they don't do it in one. I think it's a really bit ridiculous of how they do that, because, you know, it's not really saving time, because you have to have a separate appointment. You know, it's really, really ridiculous. So it's not really saving any money at all. So yeah, they need to do it all in one. I know they're saving time on the day, but of course they're not saving on the appointments. And you know, somebody could actually have an appointment on that day. So that isn't very good on part of the NHS kind of system there. But anyway, that is another thing altogether. I'm just looking at 2 pigeons there. One's a little blackbird out there, I can see. That's nice to see. So yeah, I can see the sun glaring out, of course, through Jubilee Gardens. There are some people down here. I haven't scared them all away. I haven't scared all the birds away. But yeah, I really do appreciate every one of you tuning in here. I've got to finish my hour up, so of course that's my only worry if I'm very scheduled, and of course I don't want to miss any buses. So what part of the country? It is, of course, Essex here, just in case you're wondering. It's called Jubilee Gardens, and there is a Jubilee Hub just opposite me here, where they do social events. And of course, yes, it's in a place called Essex, and it's actually you know, in political wise, it's run by Kenny Badenoch, who is the local Conservative MP for this area, and the Uttersfield, I think it's the Uttersfield district here. So Kenny Badenoch, as some people say, Badenoch, but of course I don't know where that comes from. But yeah, thank you, Oliver, for asking that sensible question there. So hopefully that answers your questions. So yeah, how far away from Slough? I would say, because I don't really know Slough very well, but I know that Slough is really down below London, isn't it? So of course, if you're talking about train, it's about 50 minutes, and yeah, you just get on the main Liverpool Street train, or of course the London King's Cross, and you go up to Audley End, and it'll stop the train will stop at Audley End, and you can actually get buses from Audley End into the actual town, which only takes about 15 minutes. So yeah, of course I would guess, and it depends on if you're in a car, I would say about an hour, just an hour away from you. So yeah, Essex is a massive place, by the way. I never knew how big it actually is, because literally down the road from here, in this direction here, I think it's in this direction, is Suffolk. So yeah, and that's about 45 minutes away from bus, and by car it's probably about half an hour. Yeah, not far away then. So if you ever wanted to meet up, this is a great place to meet up, and maybe do an interview as well if you want to come on camera. Not everybody wants to come on camera, but of course, you know, we do try and respect those sort of people. Like Anglian Water, they don't want to come out on camera. They said no when we was actually filming, but we were doing it for a reason. I can't see why they don't want to come out on film. So it really marks the question, doesn't it? So why don't they want to come out on film? What is it that they are hiding? You know, is it because they're going to get moaned about? Of course, because they don't do their job properly. They've got to be honest about it and stop hiding behind what they do. You know, I know they work hard and that at difficult times of the night, and they are well paid as well. So if you're well paid, why should you be worried about being on camera? But anyway, of course, if you get a lot of money, you wouldn't worry about it, would you? But there you go. We had to cut it out, so of course there is a video of the flood that did take place in Haverhill, Suffolk. I don't think it got as far as the news. It probably wasn't big enough for the news, but I did do a report from it. So yeah, it is now 7 o'clock here on the live show, and if you're watching on the replay, it's going to be a different time. So of course, please do support the channel if you're able to do so. We need your first one that's donated to us if you can. If not, of course, use our other lives, and of course come and support us on the YouTube as well. Come and subscribe there, Touring with Nix C on YouTube. We're also on X as well, but we mainly use YouTube. But of course, I will still stick to this because I've got to finish up my hour here. I've got 20 minutes left of the show. So yeah, I do appreciate every one of you tuning in, including the TikTok people that will come in from time to time, the moderators as well. I haven't really seen any moderator in the chat tonight. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're on their own channels. 19 minutes left of the show, because I've literally got to get the last bus to Cambridge, which of course is number 7, which takes about an hour from Saffron Walden to Cambridge. Problem is about this area here is the toilets are closed here, so if I'm able to get to a toilet in time, I'll have to use the spoons, I reckon. But yeah, I'd have to do it very quick. But yeah, okay, thank you very much, Oliver, for coming in. Really do appreciate that. Come and see us again. Really do appreciate you coming to say hello. And of course, yeah, if you're not able to, we understand that, but of course, yeah, we are flexible. We come on from time to time from, of course, 6 o'clock up to 8 o'clock, and we try not to be as late as we normally are. We try to be as early as best, so we don't get tired, and I've got other things to do as well I'd like to watch. Morby. Hello to you. So yeah, 18 minutes left of the show. Got to finish it up before I head off. But lovely sunshine. If you just look at that, the camera can't do justice, can it? Of the lovely, beautiful sunshine here in the background. It's glaring through like that. It's absolutely beautiful here. So far. So far, so good. Yeah, I was going to use my other camera, but of course I've kept it away for a moment. I've got to use my microphones and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you very much everyone that has tuned in today. Really means a lot. And don't forget that our merchandise is available on the eBay account if anyone's interested. So come along and have a look at our eBay account. The actual, of course, eBay link is up on the profile. So yeah, just below the description of the profile, it's there. And it'll take you to some of the stuff we've got for sale, including our merchandise. So if there's anything else you need on there, you've got lamps on there, you've got, of course, a torch with batteries, and of course all in its packet as well. So of course come over and have a look at what we've got to sale. So yeah, we've got pens as well, and soon to be having mugs again if anybody wants a mug. So yeah, we haven't got them up and running at the moment because we need to sell the odd one or two first to see how many people get interested in it. No point putting it up, and of course nobody buys them because you've got to have somewhere to store it, that kind of thing. But yeah, it is what it is. And of course, yeah, if you'd like to come over to a place near us and come and say hello to the Facebook 100 Voice if you spot us doing a live anywhere, and of course, yeah, live on TikTok here, you can't ask for much more. Yeah. I do it in tried to do it in quiet and secret places that nobody seems to dare to touch. So we show things that nobody seems to dare to touch these days. So yeah, we show you things that nobody dares to watch. That's a good one, isn't it? I think it's come from Nigel Farage, but of course, yeah, we do things that nobody, or say things that nobody else dares to touch. Anyway, that's another thing altogether. But we just put it in our own way. And of course, yeah, we also play videos that nobody dares to watch these days. And of course, you can't beat a bit of good telly there. I was going to say you can't beat a bit of bully, but yeah. And that's Bullseye, by the way. Jim Bones, you remember the original? Yeah. They still show them on channel, don't they? But yeah, I think people are having a good evening natter in the bandstand there. So I don't blame them. It's quite nice sort of weather to do so, and it doesn't cost you a penny to walk in here and, you know, chill out, basically. It's a lovely place to chill out, and of course, if you haven't spotted it before, give it a look. It's Jubilee Gardens in Saffron Walden. It is a secret kind of type of garden here that you will never see anywhere else. As long as we can get the signal area where we are, and then we're happy to go secretly without, of course, too many people knowing. But of course, if people come and spot us, they're welcome to say hello on our TikTok. So yeah, we really do appreciate that. So we've got 14 minutes left. Of course, we've got to shoot off very soon, but of course, as we always say, we promise to keep that positivity for you. And of course, we always pray to God that we get back safely back into Suffolk. So I'll be heading to Cambridgeshire, Touchwood, soon, and Touchwood back to Suffolk without no issues whatsoever. But yeah, we do know that, of course, the A1307 is a high-risk casualty route, so take extra care when driving out there. And of course, the A14 is a dangerous road as well. Take care when driving there as well. And many other roads that may well be considered as dangerous. So yeah, we've just got to be careful wherever you go and hope for the best. I probably won't end up in Cambridge till about 9 o'clock by the latter time there, I'm going to have to track the bus. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So I've got to finish off my water here if I can, and it's great, isn't it? It's great, isn't it? I've just got myself a gift. Oh, okay, thank you very much indeed. Really do appreciate that. Comes in for a gift each and every time. If I have got enough in my tank, then I will gift you back. So yeah, I do appreciate that from our TikTok agencies there. A live Q&A from the bandstand in Essex, sharing travel tips, ask about the area. Yep, people have asked about the area. This guy came from Slough here, so somebody was watching from Slough today, so that's very, very good. Thank you very much indeed for dropping in, Shady. I've got at least 12 minutes left on my show, so I've got to do my hour up, and I think I've done 3 hours in total this week. So, of course, on my other lives, I'll be back on my YouTube channel. So if you want to subscribe to me there as a separate thing altogether. I can do extra hours, but of course, I'll be staying quite a little bit here over the course of the weekend. And there'll be lots of activities going on in and around Haverhill area. I'm hoping to go to a library cafe, which is a group where they do puzzles and games and tea and biscuits provided from 1 till about 3, I believe. That's what I believe it is. So yeah, and there's a Tree House Cafe which has just opened, which is the former medical centre of the Stoutview Medical Centre next to the bus station of Haverhill in Suffolk. So definitely worth checking out just for that. Thank you very much, Shady, for the I would say TikTok version of Super Chat, which is fantastic. The heartbeat thing, which is brilliant. 111 love hearts. It really, really means a lot here. Live from Essex here, which is the Jubilee Hub Garden, which is obviously the Jubilee Hub. When I said Jubilee Hub, it is a Jubilee Hub, and it's also a Jubilee Garden of Suffolk Warden. Now, it's very much a historical town where I'm at here. And of course, I'll just set you some of the scenes here. It is beautiful here, it really is. And the trees are brilliant here. Yeah, just lovely to see, and a picturesque view there. That's just brilliant. That's the hub that I was talking about, where they do social events there. Definitely well worth checking out. And obviously, of course, if you're ever in the area, of course, do check it out. And I will put the hub notice there up on the screen here, as of course I've got a video to come up, not only for the channel but for my other sister channel on Touring with Nixie, or Say It Out Loud as well. So Say It Out Loud is another channel affiliated with this channel right now, and BG Sound is also connected to us as well. So many channels that we dare to enjoy. It really, really is fascinating. The sunset is going down, but of course it is still sunny out here, which is fantastic news here. Got, of course, 10 minutes left of this program here, and time just goes so fantastically quick. It really, really does. So if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask at any time, of course, and where would you like us to venture? If we can get to the place here, some places not easy to get to, some places we have to travel by taxi. And thank you very much. Oh, lovely, from Fire Force. That's lovely. Thank you very much indeed for that. I really do appreciate that. I wonder how much that is worth. But yeah, that is worth. Fire Force. Is that Jonathan there? I just wanted to know that, so I know who it is. But yeah, is it you, Jonathan? So yeah, thank you very much for stopping in here. The Fire Force networking chat. Thank you very much indeed for spreading the word here. Keep those love hearts going here. 9 minutes left here, and of course I haven't got too far away. I've got to pack up really, really soon. I'll set you the scenes of course, behind the scenes actually. So I'll flip the camera around here. This is what I've got for my stand here, and of course I've been using that to film here. I've got a bit of tape on here to stop, of course, the little bit of plastic that seems to drop out of the mount. This is the main mount, which of course you can buy now for about £4 on eBay, and they're very hard to get hold of these days because things have rapidly changed. But this is how I set my camera up here, and that's a little bit behind the scenes here. And of course the Atlantic Alpha 2 stand, very hard to get hold of one of these kind of stands, but I'm sure they do them on eBay at some point. So that's a little bit behind the scenes here. So yeah, this is the Jubilee Garden of Saffron Walden in Essex here. So wherever I'm trying to get to, of course, some places I may have to have extra expenses to get to these places, especially by train. I can get discounts on trains as well, so don't you worry about that. I can use Uber as well. As I said about Uber at the start of the program here, Uber are very good when they are working, but unfortunately this morning and between the time of 1 and 3, they were being really petty and being stupid because you know, they accept you, and they were about 2 minutes away from my address, which I won't give away, but they disappeared and they cancelled the journey. So the same guy done it twice when he was about 8 minutes away. I'm not going to mention any names here, and I am going to report this because yeah, I wish the TikTok agency did the same thing as me here with Uber as well. Can they do something about Uber as well? But they only do TikTok, unfortunately. Somebody called Kirsty has just joined us. Hello to you. 235 love hearts. It really, really means a lot. Got 6 minutes left here. Time is going very unpacking it quick here. Got myself a new charger. Well, it's probably a temporary one, but it does the job. That's the main thing out of all that. And it's not one of those that will, of course, glow up in the dark very often. Because one of my ones that glue up in the dark, unfortunately, of course, they don't tend to last very well, which is a bit of a shame, but there you go. So if anybody wants to be interviewed live on the show, in person, or on the show, then I appreciate it if people can message me, and we can then book a time. Same, of course, if they want to, of course, meet in person, they have to meet at a certain time, and they have to know when we're going to go out live. So this is a good little place here where my bench is right now. I'll just show you the bench. Don't know if you can see it. Of course, there's a lovely little bench here, and people can be interviewed on the bench sitting next to me here. And do not worry about, of course, social distancing or actually space, because there's plenty of space here. Even though, of course, I can move my suitcase. But like I say, of course, yeah, if you're wondering why I've got that with me, it's quite a heavy one there. Yeah, if you're wondering why I've got that, it's because I've got a lot of equipment there, and of course, yeah, I need to carry a lot of stuff, which of course I can't all get in my rucksack. But yeah, I've got my rucksack with me, my small little bottle of water. Yeah, it's nearly going over to the hour mark. I hate that puzzle thing. Really, really comes up. Well, it says it's coming up to the hour, so of course can't be very far away to the end of the program now. But yeah, this is the main rucksack here. I've had rucksacks that have disappeared somewhere in a train, and I never got it back. Of course, I really found that fascinating that it never has been returned. If you leave something on the train and you never get it returned, it is frustrating. But yeah, that's just one of those things here. God bless to everyone here. The sun is glaring beautifully here. I don't think it is going to thunderstorm, so yeah, it might just be a little bit cooler. It might rain over the weekend, I don't know. But of course, from this beautiful quiet garden space here, I do hope that you're able to watch an event here. I think it's D-Day event. Yeah, where they do fish and chips in the hub for anyone that wants them here, and there's queues there, and it's supported by the town council each and every year. I don't know if they're going to do that this year, but of course, sorry, the column operator there. Of course, the column operator there. Yeah, we're going to leave you with, of course, 2 minutes of the beautiful, of course, birds in the background here. So yeah, without filming anyone in particular, that is the fire station. You can see that via, of course, the London's Burning Star there. And of course, this is the main Jubilee Hub there. And this is where the 2026 Jubilee Hub social events are normally placed on the board. Normally they give you a leaflet, which is inside, but it's locked at the moment, so I can't get in there at the moment. But yeah, we'll leave you with, of course, the view of the trees. To the natural beauty of the birds as we chill out on this bench. So from all of us here, we promise to keep that positivity for you, and do take care, and most importantly each other. Peace out and God bless. To the next live, do catch me on YouTube and subscribe to me there. Hit that notification button so we notify you that we're going live. Thank you very much to the mods if they have been in the chat, and thank you very much to the TikTok agencies that have been in the chat. Until next time, do take care. I wonder where it's heading. Is it heading to Holland? Once again, thank you very much for watching this TikTok live here from the Jubilee Hub in Essex, of the tourist attraction town of and the small town of Saffron Walden. Till next time, take care. Bye. Well, many apologies if there is anything that you notice out of sync with this live video. And it has been the voice of Nick C. Thank you very much indeed for watching this highlights of the recent live from TikTok. Just got there in time. I think you recognise the place, Panda. Bye, and I'll catch you, Panda, at 9 o'clock on your live. Hopefully, all being well. Well, of course, thank you very much for taking your time to watch that, and sorry if it was out of sync there, and hopefully I'm not out of sync on that note as well. So huge thank you very much for everyone that has tuned in today. Goodness me, my voice has got a little bit more confident, and of course I sometimes stutter from time to time. Yeah, I was just making it up there. But no, seriously, of course, on that note, hopefully you enjoyed the whole of the highlights, which I had to piece together because of the signal breaking up there on the actual recording, which was a little bit disappointing. So we now know that, of course, the signal in Saffron Walden can be a little bit on the dodgy side. So yeah, I'm really testing that feeling here. I don't know what the Cambridge signal will be like, but of course, yeah. So that's why I had to edit it all together. But of course, let me take this opportunity to thank you all for watching. It has been a pleasure doing this here, and I really hope that we can do something similar into the future there. Once again, thanks to all our mods and the TikTok agencies, which are sort of our step-in managers, promoters, whatever you like to call them. But yeah, they're doing a fantastic job so far, without mentioning any names whatsoever. So all good here in 2026, and we'll keep smiling just for you.